Found out girlfriend had 3-year-long affair with sister's boyfriend, baby daddy. They still have contact with each other. Basically, I've been dating this chick for about 5 months. Found out she had been cheating on her boyfriend of 14 years with her sister's boyfriend. This happened while they were all living in a house together off and on for 2 to 3 years. I found out that my girlfriend had intense feelings for both men simultaneously. It's not this that bothers me so much, although it should. It's the way she handled getting caught. Her sister's boyfriend got drunk, came clean about the incident, and my girlfriend claimed he was lying. They then got together and made a plan to say it was all a joke. Claiming it was a joke lasted for months until my girlfriend finally came clean to her sister. To this day, my girlfriend still denies this to her ex-boyfriend. Never admitted to it. She attempted to make him feel guilty that she could be such a terrible person. Played victim. Yada yada. Fast forward to today. He now lives directly next door to my girlfriend. She watches his kids sometimes. I asked her to not let her in the house under any circumstances. This of course is not being respected, as he's been in the home 3 times while I've been there. All related to picking up the kids. I called my girlfriend out on this and her response was, "This is my house. If I say he can be here, then he can be here." Am I asking too much? The good news is you only lost 5 months. You've discovered that your girlfriend is a piece of shit. What are you going to do with this knowledge? He's not too bothered by it. Fool's going to marry her, obviously. She told you who she is. You should believe her. Once someone can cheat and betray their own sibling like that, they have no morals. Run. If she does something like this to her sister, I wouldn't even date her. How can you trust her? Talking to GF about friend couple where wife is primary earner. When told, my GF replied with, "Well, why is she with him then? I am primary breadwinner," and here a flag waving. What about y'all? Now we both work full time, but I make about 2x times what she does. I've noticed a bit of lack of ambition for career growth on her end, which wasn't hugely bothersome until she made the title comment. Now I'm kind of fixated on this, compounded by the additional contrast of our savings accounts. We do have separate finances, BTW. For further context, I am by no means a workaholic, but I do work my 40 hours, and am willing to go above and beyond that where necessary in the interest of fatter paychecks. My goal is to retire at 40 to 45, and I am of the belief that so is on board with that goal. I've essentially tripled my salary in the last 2 years by working hard at this company, and the prospects are lining up. I work hard and it shows, but I feel like I'm the only one working hard towards that goal, and concerned she may just want to be along for the ride. GF on the other hand, starts working about 10 a.m. We WFH because gestures broadly, and clocks off about 3 p.m. She hasn't gotten a raise in the 2 years she has worked at the company, and isn't taking steps to remediate that. She hasn't really asked for one, looked for other opportunities, nor started working on the skills and certs to improve her resume. Overall it just feels unambitious to me. I'm curious, do y'all consider this all to be a red flag from a financial compatibility perspective? Obviously there is a number of conversations to be had here, so I'd appreciate any guidance on that as well. Edit for info. We are not married, don't really have plans to, and don't want kids. Got snipped. Seen lots of mentions of prenups. See above. But also regardless of my partner's earning potential they'd be signing a prenup before we married. Non-negotiable. To all saying I don't love her, that's not true. I love her very much. However, this post is looking for objective opinions in regards to finances and professional ambition. That's all I'm looking for advice on, and don't care to justify my intimate feelings as a factor of that. For housework, we generally outsource it. This is of course a poor budgeting decision to some, but we are in agreement that the time saved is well worth the expenditure. I have gotten lots of great advice and perspectives, so I'm going to go ahead and turn off notifications for this post, though I may still reply here and there. I sincerely appreciate all the thoughts and opinions which have been expressed by you all. If you tripled your salary, yet your salary is only double hers, that means you used to make less than her. Was that the case when you first started dating? You said she contributes her half to all expenses, and yet you're here looking for validation that she's a gold digger. Maybe she doesn't have the same opportunities in marketing that you do in engineering, and working like a madman simply won't result in the same outcome in her field. Just break up with her and go date someone who you deem worthy. Exactly. She contributes half of all expenses, so she doesn't have a lot in savings, but magically she is a gold digger. It's just a fact that not every industry or even companies in the same field are the same. I could work my ass off in unpaid overtime at my company, I would get a funny look and the judgment that just the incompetent needs so much work to complete the daily tasks. Nobody would give a shit that I did 3 times more in that overtime than others in the daily 8 hours. I generally wouldn't say having different outlooks on work is a problem. Some people are ambitious, others just want a steady paycheck, and that's okay. However, that little comment got my alarm bells going. If you're okay providing for her long term, that's fine and the comment is meaningless. But if you're looking for someone who wants to be equally responsible for the family's finances, she's not the person for you. All that being said, don't discount the benefits of a spouse that's willing and able to put your career first. My wife is the same way. She's extremely intelligent but works a dead-end job and has zero ambition. My salary was roughly 5 times hers. That being said, she's a good wife, plus she doesn't waste money. Plus she put up with me. I have nothing to complain about. Did my brother groom his daughter, and if so, what can I do about it? Please help me Reddit. I found out today that my 40-year-old brother is in a relationship with the girl he's been raising since she was 5 years old. About 15 years ago my brother met a single mother of a 5-year-old girl and started dating her. A few months after that this woman died, leaving behind her little girl with no father and no other family for her to go to. My brother cared about this little girl already and made the decision to adopt her. I don't have a very close relationship with my brother because he moved out before I was born. I'm 21 now, only a year older than his daughter, but I do see him every now and then. Every time I saw them growing up they seemed to have a very normal father-daughter relationship. The only sign I see looking back that may have indicated something inappropriate was how overprotective he was of her when she was a teenager. I thought it was normal, stereotypical father doesn't want his baby dating, but I think now he may have actually been jealous. Today my brother invited me over, and when I got there he confessed that he and his daughter are in love and have been dating for the past 2 years and wanted the blessing of the family and decided to start by telling me first. I'll have to admit I reacted very badly at first. I yelled at him, called him a pedophile, accused him of grooming her and taking away her innocence. But after I calmed down enough to hear him out, he told me the whole story. He told me he noticed the boat a day I fucked up a woman she was becoming when she was about 16 years old and started feeling attracted to her but kept it to himself. On the night of her 18th birthday she apparently told him she noticed the way he looks at her and that she wanted him to, and one thing led to another and they hooked up that night. I'm at a loss on what to do now. I just feel sick to my stomach thinking about all the possibilities. I don't even know if his story is true. But at the same time they're both 2 consenting adults now, and both of them told me separately that they're in love with each other and there's nothing I can do about it. I just don't ever see myself being able to support their relationship. What now? Oh gee, you wouldn't want to lose the love of the only father you've known, would you? He's sanitized this story to be as palatable as possible and yet it's still diabolical. Exactly, like I'm sure nothing happened till the night of her 18th birthday, how convenient. On the night of her 18th birthday she apparently told him she noticed the way he looks at her. She was conscious of him sexualizing her from the time she was 16. That is absolutely grooming. I also want you to reflect on the reality that he became her guardian father when she was 5. In 15 years he failed to form a proper parent bond with her despite being the sole caregiver, which is not only disappointing but deeply concerning. Considered her a viable sexual target when she was a minor, and you are forced to reframe all of their interactions even long prior to that as a result. That poor girl. She has had her life ruined by a guy who is the worst kind of predator, the kind that doesn't think they are. The social backlash will be pretty major. I would encourage your entire family to try and get her into therapy. This poor girl doesn't even know the damage this is all having on her. Your brother has convinced her of their love for his own gratifications and she knows no better. I don't know how you're all supposed to give your blessing to this. They should both seek some therapy. That's not in love. He's groomed her for 13 goddamn years. That's disgusting. Bo today I fucked up a woman she was becoming when she was 16. She was still a minor and that is creepy as fuck. Her noticing the way he looks at her is even worse. He's not even trying to hide it because he's normalized it for her. Sorry, but your brother is a pedophile. Don't want to hear any of that, but she was 18 bullshit. He literally waited 13 years to fuck the girl he's supposed to take care of. He's a piece of shit. Edit: if you're in the US that's a federal offense. Don't know about any other countries though. Please report this perverted fuck to the police. Doubt he even waited tbh. Sounds sus that he mentioned everything happened on her 18th b-day. So either that's a lie to cover it up and make it sound magical and legal, or he legit groomed her till the day she was 18 waiting so he couldn't be done for sex with a minor, and he planned it for many years and finally got his prey. He absolutely groomed her. This is horrifying. Try to get that girl some resources. Your brother should be reported to CPS only to ensure that he can't adopt any more children. This relationship should preclude that from ever happening, though he might force children on this girl and then groom them as well.